Okay. So if I look, okay, so let's quickly go to yesterday, and we are with salaries, but I have a request to re-explain loan. Okay, so loan, what I did, they are telling me that I paid back 60,000 on the loan, right? So if I look at my information gives me the interest on loan. Can you see they give me the interest on loan there, 3,005. Okay, and this is before I pay back the loan, because here they say I pay back on the loan 1st of December. How do I know how much I pay back on the loan? I see there, loan repayment, 60,000. And that 60,000 is on the 1st, meaning my interest will be different for December than it is for November, because in December my loan is 60,000 less, right? So, but they do not give me any information about what the original loan amount is. So I need to calculate it. So I'm going to reverse calculate. So I know if I say X times 14%, because they say it's for 14%, for 1 month, it gives me interest 3.5. So X would give me 3.5, 100 over 14, 12 over 1. So it means my loan was 300,000. And you can go check. If you say 300,000 times 14% divided 12, it's going to give you 3.5. But now I know from that 300, I subtracted because I paid back 60,000. So now I subtract the 60,000 and I work out the interest again. You shall. So what I also said yesterday is what they do a lot of the times, they will not give you the 60, they will give you the 2.8 and the 3.5, but not the 60. Then you use exactly the same calculation, but you say the interest there would be the difference. It would be the 3.5 less the 2.8. I did it there for you. And then it will work back to 60,000.
Why is it a difference?
Because the 3.5 was before the payback, the 2.8 is after the payback. So if I calculate the difference, I will get what I paid off or borrowed extra. The same principle with depreciation, for instance. If I ask you a projected income statement, then it's the same principle. You go look, what was the depreciation before the time? And after the time, you take the difference, then you can see how much did you buy or sell. Okay. They like doing that calculations with fixed deposit also. Is everybody's questions answered? So if I look at the salaries. So the salaries, they say, the business has 9 guys. They get the same salary. You agree with me? When I looked at this today, I looked at the calculation on the memo and that's not how my brain works. So I was thinking 5 of the employees gets a bonus of 70%. So if you look here, they give you the amount, where is it, salaries there, after the ones that includes the bonus. So then I thought, okay, this is for me like the rent income that increased with 70%. So I did it in that weighting. I said 9 workers will get 100%. Ne? 5 workers will also get 70%. So in total, it's 1,250. That's the weight. So if I take the 143,750 and I do UK. So UK, what am I looking for? I am looking for the V. And the V is the 900. Do you agree with me? Because I want to know what the normal salary of the workers is. So 900, the salary including the bonuses was the 1250. And then I'm going to get 103 something. How much? 500. You see. And if you go look at the memo, they did it a bit different, but they also used the 1250 and the 900. They just say 12.50 and whatever. But this makes the most sense to me. I don't know what you think, but can I say, please look at this. It counts 3 marks. So please, do not sit on this thing and it gives you commas, decimals, and now you're like, ooh, it's wrong, and then you try it again. It only counts 3 marks. Move on. I think your biggest problem is that you get stuck. Don't get stuck. Move. If you don't know, move. Next one. Explain the change in sales policy. Wait, this does not help me. Let's go read the question on the question paper. If I can find it. That's too much pages, they say. Refer to info I. Okay. Now, Bluey effected changes to the sales policy. So the sales policy is all about the cash and the credit. Ne? Now they say, explain the changes in the sales policy affected by Bluey in compiling his budget for October. Provide 1 point with figures. Now if I go look here, can you see they divided cash and credit? So now they give me last year, last month and this month. So let's look at the budget. Can you see that he budgeted way more cash and less credit? Okay. Can you see that? Does that make sense to you? So that's all that it changes, is he wants people to buy more cash. So he's most probably going to bring things in place that will make people want to buy cash rather than credit. Okay, you guys get me? Now, very important. You guys, I marked the June additional June paper that the kids wrote. And I marked the budget question. You see here, 96, 76. If you had to comment on that, how will you comment? You will say, the actual 76,000 is less than the 96,000 budgeted. If you say it decreased, it's wrong. The moment you use the word decreased or increased, when you compare budgeted and actual, they mark it wrong. Let me explain to you. So, you are working for 80% in accounting. Can you see you're budgeting to get 80%? You put all your efforts in to get 80%. Now you write the exam, you get 72%. Can you say, oh, I dropped to 72%? Why not?
Never got it.
Because I never got the 80. It was just a dream. I can say the 72 is lower than what I thought I was going to have. You guys get what I'm saying? So you can't drop from something you never had or increase from something you never did. Okay. So, now let's look at this. Now I need to say something. I can either take the cash or the credit. I can say, he budgeted how much more? He budgeted more for cash, ne? Can I ask you, what marks extremely difficult is if you guys do this. You say, cash sales budgeted, and then you say 2024, and then you do this 58, 2025, 96. These days, when you write that, they say you're literally just rewriting info on the paper, because you're not saying anything to me. I have to incur that you actually knew that it is more. Can you see that? So, can you see, please, in your life, never comment on anything like this. It's going to be marked wrong, because you have just taken what is written there and rewrote it. This isn't a begripstoets, nee? A comprehension test. Okay, so what do? You're going to say, they budgeted more for cash sales at, what is it now? 96,000. Or they budgeted less for credit sales at 64,000. I want to see that. And you know how they mark now? It's not going to be words and figure. It's going to be both of them or nothing. Let's see if I am lying. See, cash sales changed. Nee? Can you see? There's in brackets the 58,000, so you don't have to write it. And this is exactly what we wrote. Cash sales is less. It's now at 96. You'll get your mark. Okay. The actual credit sales, oh, don't read here. The actual credit sales were higher than the budgeted credit sales for October. Explain why Bluey should not be concerned. Provide 2 points with figures. So, let's go look. My credit sales is more than what he has budgeted. Why would he not be concerned? Now let's quickly think about sales. If I look at this, what is the things that I would look at? I can look at the number of customers. Can you see that is more? I can look at my total sales. Okay. I can also look at my gross profit. So when you say anything about this, you will say the number of customers was budgeted 540, but actual 729. Can you see? It's still just, so you will say the actual customers of 729 is more than 540 budgeted. Can you see? This is how you write your words. Don't say it increased. Okay, so I'll do the actual customers, and you will say the total sales of 221 is more than 160 budgeted. Or you can also do the gross profit. That's what I think. Let's check, because I hope I always think right, but I don't always. Yeah, can you see? The number of customers, the gross profit, and the total sales. Okay. Always try and keep it as less complicated as possible. The moment you start subtracting and getting the difference, then there is a bigger margin of error than just saying it's more, it was so much, it is now so much. You see? Okay. Next one. So now they ask me, comment on the control. Now, the moment they talk about control, you need to link. You guys, listen to me. You need to link. The moment there's control, you need to link and you need to percentage. Okay. What does that mean? If I say my advertising increased, you can't just say, oh, there wasn't good control over it. Because why do I advertise? To boost my sales. So I have to go look. Oh, I budgeted my advertising as 4% of the sales. Ne? Now I go look at my advertising actual and I see what is the actual percentage of advertising of sales. And if my advertising was budgeted 4% of sales, and now my advertising increased, but it's still only 4% of sales, then there was most good control. Even though the advertising is now more than the budgeted. Do you get what I'm saying? So the moment you see control, you need to link and you need to do a percentage. Now what can you link? Let's just quickly think, what can we link? The most obvious is advertising and sales. Okay? Delivery, ne, to clients and sales. That's things you can learn. Packing material and sales. Consumable stores and fee income. Does that make sense? What is fee income? Is when I deliver a service. So I am fixing your dress. Oh, sorry. Fixing your dress. Ne? What do I need to fix your dress? I need the cotton. I need the material to fix it. So that's my consumables. So the more I fix, the more I need. You see? Percentages. But you'll start seeing the link. So now they ask me delivery and packing material. So delivery and packing material, according to me, both of them will be linked with sales. Okay? So now let's quickly go look. If I look at delivery, can you see the budget was 24, the actual was 33. So now immediately you think we overspent. But quickly, remember, my sales increased as well. Not increased, you see there I do it. My sales was more as well. So let's quickly go look, and here we do again. You just say 24,000 over 160,000, the sales, gives me a percentage of what? 15. 1.5. Okay, now let's do the actual. 82,875 over the actual 221 gives me what? 37. So now I'm asking you, were there good control? Definitely not. If that percentage that was actual was the same or less than budgeted, then there was good control. But they totally overspent. Ne? So you say they budgeted 15% of sales, but actually spent 37.5% of sales. That's all they want to see. They want to see that you know that you have to link delivery and sales. Ne? You can even link it maybe with the customers.
Yes. I just asked the CSA only to put with fee income. What does it stand for?
Oh, fee income is with consumable stores, meaning the things you use to fix stuff or, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay? Now let's do the same with packing material. Packing material, 14.4 over 160 times 100 gives me what? 9. Okay, now 26,520 over 221 times 100 gives me 12. So again, it's the same story. So remember, control is budgeted versus actual, ne? Okay, so they budget 9% of sales. Actual was 12% of sales. I don't like the fact that it's both not good, because then it makes me think I did something wrong. So let me just quickly check, because it's most always like the 3 bears. One is too hot and one is too cold and the one is just right. So what do they say? Effective, no, so you calculate it like your backside, ne? 15% of sales, 15% of sales. So let's go again. So, let's go. 82,875 divided 221.
Yes, 37 pounds.
So where did they get 15? Did they do it over the gross profit?
No, delivery is 33,150.
Oh, it's me that wrote like my backside. So it's okay. So it's 33,150, and thanks for everybody who saw that.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, you guys, I'm saying again to you, the questions are always like the little bears. One is too hot and one is too cold and one is just right. It's never 2 that's too hot or 2 that's too cold or 2 that's just right. Okay. Very seldom. Okay, so let's quickly look. So both is 15. If I see the 15 of sales budgeted and actual, you get your 2 ticks. The packing material, why do they have, budgeted 9, actual 12, not well controlled. You don't even have to write not well controlled. They're literally going to look that you say actual, percentage of sales, 12, budgeted 9. It's about if you know the link and you know to percentage. Why are we laughing? Why are we coughing? So I say again, when they ask you control is always you compare actual and budgeted. And you always need to link something. Okay? It's always about the link. Is everybody happy?